Zimbabwe is one of the poorest nations on earth. A young country, 40% of the population is under the age of 14, and sadly, 1 out of every 4 children doesn't go to school. For the kids that do, learning isn't easy. In 2010, representatives from Here Africa Foundation traveled to Gandhidzanwa Primary School in eastern Zimbabwe. This is what we found.
These kids we teach at this school, if you can see their uniforms, they are torn, they don't have shoes. Yes. In the cold weather, they come barefooted. It's just like we are poor. We have a poor community.
We have no proper classrooms, no standard classrooms. Since we have no classroom, that means we have no furniture at all. The children need furniture when they are writing. The children, when they write, they sit on the floor, writing on laps.
Some students were being taught under trees outside due to the lack of classroom space.
The school at Gandhidzanwa has been very creative with the use of the buildings that were there before. One of them is an old garage that's been divided into 4 classrooms. And actually 2 of the classrooms are just separated by a low wall. So the area above is open, and so the noise can travel between the two classrooms the whole time.
The school had a student body of over 500, many of whom were dealing with deep psychological scars.
Most of the children have lost either one or both parents through death. They are orphans.
Here Africa board members took Gandhidzanwa's story back to Canada, not knowing who would be interested and what would be possible. One of the first places we turned to was Langley Fundamental Elementary School. The leadership of the school decided to build Gandhidzanwa several new buildings.
We met with PAC. They were on board with it. PAC is our Parent Advisory Council. Our staff, our teachers, they were all with us, and so we thought this is really kind of neat. If we're all on the same page, let's see what we can do. We had a presentation in our gym to all of the student body and parents.
This is my friend Mr. Zimbabwe, and Mr. Zimbabwe lives on my street, and that's how we got to know each other.
It was exciting. They did a great presentation. Our kids were really motivated.
We did this contest to see who could raise the most money for our classrooms, and the winning class would get a pizza party. And so that kind of encouraged people to give lots of money.
All the people in our class were raising money for Zimbabwe and building classes and libraries, and some of my friends did cookie stands, and some of my friends did lemonade stands, and some of their friends as neighbors and friends.
The original goal was $10,000, and going back to those meetings I had with the PAC and with our teachers, that $10,000 was an enormous amount. We thought, how can we ever do that? And it was amazing to see gradually as we were counting the money coming in, wow, we're going to get to $10,000, and then we're going to surpass it, and then suddenly we got to a number of 18,000, and then there was another little fundraiser that we tacked onto it at the end of the year, got us to 20, which is absolutely incredible.
The money Langley Fundamental Elementary School raised was used to build 3 new structures at Gandhidzanwa, a library and 2 classroom blocks. Here Africa insisted upon using local builders and suppliers, and parents had to help out too.
When the Africa came up with the idea that they want to put up a structure, and parents had to chip in by using local resources available, like bricks, concrete, and so on and so on. They are quite cooperative, and they did that wholeheartedly.
Upon completion of the building project in mid to late 2012, teachers saw a big improvement.
I have seen the change in pass rate. I have seen the change in smartness of the kids. I have seen the change in health of the kids because we now have running water because of Here Africa.
Now efforts are being made to improve classroom performance further and give the students a chance at a better future. Here Africa board members attended the grand opening of the new structures in November, with high-profile government dignitaries in attendance and plenty of offers to widen our efforts to other parts of the country. One of our newest opportunities is in Mount Darwin, 150 kilometers north of Zimbabwe's capital city, Harare. It's here where Bediam Zimbiti, one of the co-founders of Here Africa Foundation, attended school himself over 30 years ago.
On that building there, I did grade 1.
Kandea Primary School is a rural institution that goes up to grade 7.
This was the only school in this area, and still the only school in this area.
Once students graduate from Kandea, the majority of them never go to high school because the nearest one is over 20 kilometers away. This has led to some serious social problems that are made even worse by the demographic makeup of the school.
We have a lot of orphans at this school. This year, our statistics give us 173 orphans out of 420 peoples. HIV/AIDS was going around, even going to young people. Then I thought the only remedy is to educate them. That's why we tend to say if they stay in the secondary school until maybe they're 18, they'll be mature enough to know how to handle themselves.
Here Africa Foundation has already had a generous donor come forward and will be facilitating the construction of a new high school.
If they are given skills, we say life skills, these kids will try to uplift their standard of living. That's why we need that high school.
So when I look at this school and I come back, it means a lot for me because the teachers, the schools, they gave me something that I will never forget, who I am now. So I'm hoping that these kids who are graduating from grade 7 and they don't have anywhere to go for high school, surely it will help them to transform their personal lives as well as their parents, as well as their extended families.
From Gandadzanwa Primary School to Kandea High School, Here Africa Foundation is changing lives in Zimbabwe through partnering with people like you. Please consider how you can contribute to the transformation of Zimbabwe's next generation.